Okay, that is 14 out of 15 channels that we are live on. Hello, everybody. I hope it's going well and good for everybody. We are getting hotter and hotter. I just took Rogie outside for a walk. Met some nice neighbors. Hey, Michael Haskey's here, everybody. Michael Haskey's first one here. Caleb, what's up, Caleb? And we were almost done with the walk, but I had sweat just pouring off my head, and I realized how humid it is. It wasn't very hot outside, but the humidity outside is insane after the rain yesterday that we had. It's just walking into water, bro, and I'm got sweat just pouring down my face, and I'm like, this isn't normal. What's going on here? This is not normal. I'm like, oh no, this is not normal. This is Florida, son. You know, and when you think about how Florida is shaped in the United States, how it droops down lower than most of the rest of the country does, you realize it's closer to the equator than the majority of the country. You know, and it's because we're at that point on the planet, you know, and it reaches, it's like an arm reaching, you know, we're going to try to get as much humidity as we can from that equator. Caleb, okay, my last chat was Caleb. I'm going to go ahead and refresh to get a chat number. I'm going to take my pills while I'm doing it. Cheers, guys. Coffee's the perfect temperature for pill taking. Got a few items sitting around here, but I'm pretty good. Pretty good here. Good here. Got some cannabis. Man, yesterday was weird for me. It was weird. I smoked some cannabis the night before, and it was so good, man. But man, the next day I kind of woke up and I was feeling a little out of it, you know. And all day yesterday, after I smoked, even when I woke up after that nap, I didn't feel like smoking. It's so hot up here that if I farted and didn't know, if I grabbed my pants and blew the sweat off my butthole. Fat Michael Haskey. Oh boy, that's hilarious. Okay, let's bring this one down too. This will help. This will help deaden my sound. There we go. Now we are very quiet now, so I don't want to be pissing off my mom today. Mom's gonna be pissed if she can hear all the crap that I'm talking. I really just wanted to hang out with y'all and smoke and have fun today. I didn't even do push-ups or work out this morning. I just feel like just having like a nice day off. I did look at the news. I did watch some Jimmy Dore this morning, and I just don't feel like talking about it. You know, I've tweeted about it. I tweeted at Jimmy Dore. New Zealand is in the middle of winter, says Caleb. Wow, that's crazy. Middle of winter. Isn't that weird? So we're broadcasting all the channels. I've got StreamYard up now, which I haven't used StreamYard in a long time because I was having such problems with my show and my computer dealing with it. It's been so long. Yesterday I wanted to bring it up because I was going to ask freaking Oracle to host my show for me while I went over and took some video of the waterfall. I turned on StreamYard and I left it on all night, and my computer hasn't had an issue. So I decided to try it. Now I am, I think I am broadcasting with StreamYard, right? I think I am. I don't even know. I think I am. I forgot how I monitor this thing. It says I'm broadcasting 14 out of 15 channels, even though there's only 2 people in my chat. It says there's 8 people watching. Before it said there were like 15 people watching. Okay, now it says 10. Okay, there's somebody else. Dabtist. You still in California? No, Dabtist. I am in Orlando, Florida, at my mom's house, living on a beautiful creek with this awesome fucking waterfall now. I took some video of it this morning, actually. I can't stop taking video of the waterfall, bro. It's just so beautiful. I love it so much. Here is a 30-second, well, roughly Here's a little video of it. That's my waterfall, man. And I love it so much. Aaron, put it up on Twitter, bro. Tweet it at me. Put it up on Twitter where everybody else is putting up stuff so I can see it too. All right, so you like my TikTok of the waterfall? Yeah, that went on Twitter too. It also went on my Instagram, I believe. I was thinking about going back to the OG Kush. No, you know what? I've got some other bud over here. I think wait. I've got some right here in front of me. Some older bud, but I'm gonna smoke some saltwater OG. I think I need a change from the OG Kush, bro. So I was hoping to have some nice stuff this week, but it's not going to show up. Hopefully it'll show up next week, though. Hopefully. Let's see if everything works out right or not. Okay, great. So, yeah, let's just do the bong hit and see where I go. I don't know if I'm going to be talking about anything big time or not today. Dabtist. Dabtist, are you saying weed? We don't say weed in the chat, so it's blocked here. Let me show you. We don't see the word when you say it. We call it cannabis in here. It's for my live stream. It's out of respect for the plant. And I'll tell you why. When you look up it's because they use these words so that we can hurt ourselves. We can hurt ourselves with the words that they've given us to use. So when you use the term that was created by someone like William Randolph Hearst, devil's weed, and you just take the devil's off and you call it weed, look up the definition of the word weed. Number one, you're taking the word from William Randolph Hearst. He's the guy that got it banned in the first place. It's his word. Marijuana, weed, those are his words. Okay, so you're parroting that guy, the guy that got it banned in 1937. In addition, when you look up the definition of the word weed, it says a useless plant. So I'm about to use cannabis right now. It's not useless, so I'm not going to call it by a word that would portray it as being useless. And that's what the word weed does for cannabis. Do you guys understand that? Dabtist, are you the guy, man? I got to ask you this. Are you the guy that on Twitter put up a thing that said insomnia? Is that the same guy? The picture looks similar. I'm just saying. Let me know if that's you, Dabtist. I hope that makes sense of why we don't call it weed in my live chat. You never answered me. Let me know how you feel about it. Love to talk to you about it. It's another thing we call it cannabis because it brings up this conversation, which we normally wouldn't have. It's a good. I look at it as a teaching moment, a great opportunity to spread the cannabis love everywhere. All right. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. I had to hit that really hard to get smoke through it. Okay, Aaron, I'll check it out. Oh my goodness. Hot, instant. It's so humid out here. I gotta turn my fan on. Okay. Nate, do you send your products to New Zealand? I don't have products, and I'm not sending anything anywhere. I don't sell anything anymore. You just tweeted at me and it didn't even come up under all. Has a lot of work to do. I don't understand this. Aaron, you said you tweeted at me. I don't see any tweets to me. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I got nothing. Nothing from you. So. Send it right. I love waterfalls. They're so relaxing. Jesus Christ, Jordan Peterson's trending like a motherfucker. Why? Oh, God. Still talking about the plus size model? I marvel at the octave of Jordan Peters' speaking voice. Oh, so I talk real high, eh? Do I, bucko? Oh, I'm very high speaking in my voice, eh? Yeah, bucko, eh? I told me tweets that maybe it's still uploading the video. I got you, Aaron. Okay, let me know when it's uploaded. Jordan Peterson got hair plugs. That's so funny. I didn't know that. Oh, I fucking love it. What? Oh, I should get off Twitter. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. So it's being slow. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Let me go with a different kind of a dab here. Let's see what I have available. Oh, there they are. I was like, where are my dabs at? Oh, they're right here. Maybe we'll do the Wedding Crasher. Dab of the Wedding Crasher. Oh, hey there, bucko. Hey. Oh, hey there, bucko. He does kind of sound like Mickey Mouse, doesn't he? Oh, hi, boys and girls. One person's watching on my main YouTube channel, huh? Yeah, let's play this little clip for Jimmy Dore. Fine. Since everybody's leaving,
is Webflow.
Look, since everyone is leaving my show right now and no one is commenting, I'll go ahead with my regular stuff. I was just going to do a Saturday smoke out, but no one wants to fucking just chill and hang. So fine, I'll give you my opinion on what's going on here.
Stories have been circulating inside the agency about Trump's behavior before and on January 6th, including how an angry Donald Trump demanded to go to the Capitol with his supporters after his speech near the White House. And when the Secret Service said no,
All right, I'll check it out later, buddy.
his way, he's said to have berated his security detail, saying, according to these sources, something similar to, "I'm the effing president of the United States. You can't tell me what to do," which aligns with what Hutchinson said under oath that she was told.
The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president. Take me up to the Capitol now." To which Bobby responded, "Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol." Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel. And when Mr. Ornato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
And was Mr. Engel in the room as Mr.
No
Ornato
law
told the
regarding
story?
cannabis. Cheers, everybody.
He was.
Did Mr. Engel correct or disagree with any part of the story from Mr. Ornato?
Mr. Engel did not correct or disagree with any part of the story.
Did Mr. Engel or Mr. Ornato ever after that tell you that what Mr. Ornato had just said was untrue?
Neither Mr. Ornato nor Mr. Engel told me ever that it was untrue.
Now, while neither source says they heard about Trump trying to grab the steering wheel, they did say this, according to our reporting. Nobody said Trump assaulted him. They said he tried to lunge over the seat. For what reason? Nobody had any idea. We're also learning new details about the attempts to influence Hutchinson's testimony. Multiple sources telling CNN someone on behalf of Mark Meadows contacted Hutchinson before she testified. And that is crucial because Hutchinson was one of his top aides. And we now know that both of the examples of potential witness intimidation presented during the hearing, both were directed at Hutchinson. And what was the message?
The call received by one of our witnesses. Quote, "The person let me know you have your deposition tomorrow. He wants me to let you know he's thinking about you. He knows you're loyal and you're going to do the right thing when you go in for your deposition."
Hutchinson did do the right thing.
Why does it say
she
a person?
testified under oath, which everyone agrees takes courage. You can't say the same, though, for Donald Trump or his allies who've now launched a smear campaign against her.
Including
Mani
Jimmy
Raj is
Dore.
up front live for us on Capitol Hill.
Including
this evening.
Jimmy
Mani,
Dore.
First,
Including
what else can you
Yo-Yo,
tell us
my
about
buddy.
this call to Hutchinson that was
Where this is
allegedly
gonna get
done at the
interesting,
behest of
guys.
her former boss, Mark Meadows.
Yeah, we are learning that those two episodes that Liz Cheney
It's getting better and
described in
juicier,
vivid
like I said it
detail
would.
in the
Like, just
hearing about
pay attention,
outreach
folks.
to Hutchinson that suggests potential witness intimidation. Both of those did go to Cassidy Hutchinson. They did not reveal the identity.
Pitbull's
of the
getting
witness.
some gray in
We
his
see
hair. Look at
and
that.
We are also learning that this came from intermediary of Mark Meadows, then White House Chief of Staff. Now, in one of those messages
This guy's great.
that Cheney read aloud, she said that he knows you're loyal and you're going to do the right thing when you go in for your deposition. Now, what our colleagues here at CNN are told is that the person that they're referring to there was Meadows. Meadows expected her to do, quote, the right thing. Now, Meadows' camp was saying that there was never an attempt to intimidate Hutchinson. They said, according to a spokesperson, Ben Williams, said no one from Meadows' camp, himself or otherwise, ever sought to intimidate or shape her conversations with the committee. But we do know, Kate, that this committee is still investigating this issue. They ask every witness who comes before them whether or not they have received any efforts to intimidate or tamper with their testimony in any way. And we do also know that the committee is thinking about whether to refer any of these to the potential prosecution. So this still is a major issue they plan to investigate in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, it's still an open-ended question on what's going to happen with this. And also, Manu, based on this new reporting about the Secret Service, what does this all mean for Trump aide Tony Ornato, who apparently is willing to testify and is also disputing this testimony from Hutchinson?
Yeah, it's unclear exactly what Ornato will say if he does agree to testify under oath. We've only heard from unnamed officials who say they dispute that he relayed the story to.
Exactly. And yet Jimmy Dore is going around saying that her story was debunked. And you know what usually debunking is referring to? myths and legends. That's what debunking usually is. Like when someone says they saw a UFO, you debunk, you prove that it was bullshit, right? This girl didn't get debunked by anybody. Not at all. And it's just funny that that's Jimmy Dore's choice of words, isn't it? She didn't get debunked. She did not get debunked. This guy hasn't said shit in front of a fucking grand jury or I'm sorry, in front of a committee. Not shit. Not one peep. Interesting, right?
To describe
and yet she's already been debunked.
Surface in the aftermath of January 6th. It was well known that there was an angry Donald Trump
surrounded by Keith says, "Fuck Dore."
Wanted to go to the Capitol,
dude.
And that is
let me say something about Jimmy Dore. On certain levels, I totally agree with you. Fuck Dore. Hey, surrounded by Keith, I totally agree with you, man. On certain levels, man, there's certain things that he covers where I'm just like, he's not making any sense. And his wife and his buddy Kurt Metzger sits there and lets him and they agree and they pile on, man. And he's not making any sense. And, you know, don't get me wrong here, guys. I love Ron Placone. I love Graham Elwood. I think it's interesting that you don't see them on his show anymore. But, you know, I don't get the same bullshit from Ron Placone and Graham Elwood that I hear out of Jimmy Dore's mouth. I wonder if that has anything to do with their lack of an appearance on his show. And now they've been almost completely replaced by, you know, yes men, Kurt Metzger and Jackson Hinkle, the two yes boys that'll just sit there and laugh and pile on for Jimmy. Crazy, huh?
Not been disputed here is that Donald Trump wanted to go to the Capitol on January 6th, the day as he knew that his supporters apparently were armed that day. That's what Cassidy Hutchinson said in her testimony. And one person who could corroborate a lot of these key details too, Kate, is Pat Cipollone, the White House counsel at the time, who has been subpoenaed by this committee, who we're told is willing to testify in some limited fashion.
That wedding crasher is really good,
and
man.
He also warned about Trump going to the Capitol, that it could open up to them to all sorts of potential criminal exposure.
All right, Manu, thank you so much for that. Out front with me now is Ellie Honig, former Assistant U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, and Jonathan Wackrow, former Secret Service agent, and David K. Johnston, a Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative journalist who has covered Donald Trump for more than 30 years.
Former Secret Service agent. Someone's like, "Oh, Secret Service agents can't ever talk to the press or the public," and blah 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 blah. Secret Service, we never do that. Secret Service. Oh, there's an ex-Secret Service agent. There he is, right there, on CNN, giving his opinion. Like I said, I was just doing that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. They can't talk to the public.
Years. Ellie, so you have these two different Secret Service sources telling a very similar account to what Cassidy Hutchinson
and meanwhile
about the SUV.
Oh, there's all these Secret Service sources. Oh, but they'll never talk to the public or the press. Oh, yeah, but all of a sudden there's all these sources from the Secret Service. Huh. So it seems like you didn't know what you were talking about yesterday, doesn't it? It's kind of like this, kind of like I'm glad I brought this up because it kind of disproves everything that you fucking said yesterday.
Right. How does this add to the picture?
Okay, on the narrow question of did Donald Trump lash out inside that SUV, it really started out as a contest of credibility between Cassidy Hutchinson on one hand and Tony Ornato on the others. You had Hutchinson testifying under oath that I didn't see what happened, but Tony Ornato told me this story about Trump sort of having this tantrum and lunging for the steering wheel.
Cue ball looking motherfuckers trying to get laid.
Tony Ornato, not under oath, and through spokespeople,
I wonder if it worked.
Saying no such thing ever happened, and she essentially made that up out of whole cloth. Well, now we're learning that a story that's substantially similar, not identical, but quite similar to what Cassidy Hutchinson said, has been circulating and well-known inside Secret Service. And that is strong corroboration for Cassidy Hutchinson.
Corroboration. Now,
one level,
I want you guys to remember that word, corroboration, okay? Now, Cassidy Hutchinson's story has been corroborated by more Secret Service agents that heard the same story. Jimmy Dore, Mr. She's Been Debunked, bullshit.
Key aspects of what Hutchinson testified to that Trump knew that crowd was.
How am I smarter than Jackson Hinkle, Steph Zamorano, Kurt Metzger, and Jimmy Dore? How am I smarter than all four of them put together? Yet they have millions of viewers and I have 11. Isn't that funny?
that he pointed them towards
Yeah,
the
go
Capitol,
watch Jimmy
that
Dore,
he
though.
desperately wanted to go to the Capitol.
Go watch more
Those
Jimmy Dore
remain
and don't watch me.
uncontested and strongly corroborated.
And Jonathan, as someone who knows all about the culture of the Secret Service yourself, if something like this did happen, I mean, how quickly would word travel within the agency?
So listen, there's a saying inside of the Secret Service that there are no secrets within the Secret Service, and to that point, something as explosive as this would fly through the Secret Service circles pretty quickly. But I mean, I think we have to just take a quick step back and go, does this surprise anybody? I mean, we all know that the president had the intent on January 6th to go to the U.S. Capitol. And once he was told, did anyone really expect that he wouldn't be angry? I mean, so I think
No longer
that
gonna
this
get
is
it,
just confirming
Top
what
of the hour.
everyone believes is that, he was very angry on that day that he did not go up and join his supporters. But the point we have to look at is, why did he not go? Why did the Secret Service say no? And the reason being is because they did a quick assessment, a security assessment. Could they bring the president up there? And the determination was no, that the threats were too elevated, that the likelihood was high that violence would erupt, and the consequences were too great. And that's why the Secret Service did not bring the president up to the Capitol on that day.
And because we well know that Donald Trump himself, according to this testimony, knew that there were weapons in the crowd and also did nothing to try to help and assist the law enforcement officers that were trying to protect the Capitol at that exact time.
For decades, traders like me and huge financial institutions alike have used
My mom gives me dirty looks. My mom gives me dirty looks whenever I fucking do a big dab and cough a lot. Whatever, Mom. It feels good. It feels right. You know? So, like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see for this other Secret Service agent to come out and testify under oath and give his story. And meanwhile, we've got like 3 Secret Service, at least, no, was it? Well, now we've got, 3 Secret Service agents that have repeated the same story. Let them come out and tell their sides too. You know? There's no secrets in the Secret Service. They don't sound as tight as everybody's trying to make them sound in the chat yesterday. Isn't that funny? Oh, the Secret Service. The Secret Service. There's no secrets in the Secret Service. The agents, the first thing he said, well, for one thing, there's no secrets in the Secret Service. They're not as tight as you wish they were, motherfuckers. It's hilarious. So, it looks like there's no secrets in the Secret Service. So we're going to get to hear from several of these Secret Service people. And you guys will be able to judge for yourselves whether or not Cassidy Hutchinson has been debunked or not. And then you can look at Jackson Hinkle, Kurt Metzger, Steph Zamorano, and Jimmy Dore for an apology that they owe everybody. You know, as soon as it happens, they'll owe everyone an apology. And they'll never go back to it. They'll just walk away from it like it never happened. You know, I couldn't believe that dumbass even mentioned ivermectin today on his stupid fucking show. The same thing that I think I'm talking about. He mentioned that. Was it the same show? Was it the same? Was he talking about the same thing? Maybe not. Maybe in another Jimmy Dore. I don't know. But it was another recent one. And he keeps mentioning that. Like, he has not seen any of the science that says it hasn't done anything. He's still just going on the Joe Rogan science, you know, because Joe Rogan took this one thing with 20 other things. We threw the kitchen sink at it, but it was that one thing that did it, right, Jimmy? Side job. No YouTube notes. Oh, no notifications? Yeah. All right. Maybe should I start the show over again? Let's start the show over again. I'll end the StreamYard. I think it fucked me. And I'll start a new broadcast with a new title. All right? What do you guys say? You guys cool with that? I'll make a title and everything. I'm gonna make a title. I'm gonna do it right now. The title's going to be update titles. Okay. It's going to say Nay is smarter than Hinkle, Dore, Zamorano, and Metzger combined. I love it. I love it. We'll update that. All right, let's go live. You guys want to do it? We'll consider this a pre-show. Nay is smarter than Hinkle, Dore, Zamorano. I spelled Zamorano wrong. There's not 2 N's in her name. God damn it. She doesn't have 2 N's in Zamorano. I'm almost positive. Update all. There we go. All right. You guys down? You guys down with a restart to try to get some people here? Also, you're honest, surrounded by Keith. Dore is not. Thank you. What happened to Dore? I used to like him on Young Turks. We're going to talk about that. So come to my show, okay? We're going to go live right now. All right, here we go. In 10 seconds, the show will be done. And in 10 more seconds, the new one will be up. So come look for the new show. You know what the title is. Bye, guys.